AWS is the world's most comprehensive and broadly adopted cloud platform. Millions of customers trust AWS to power their infrastructure and applications. Organizations of every type and size are using AWS to lower costs, become more agile, and innovate faster. AWS provides on-demand delivery of technology services via the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. You can use these services to build and run virtually any type of application without upfront costs or ongoing commitments. You only pay for what you use. AWS gives you more services and more features within those services than any other cloud provider. This makes it faster, easier, and more cost-effective to move your existing applications to the cloud and to build anything you can imagine. From infrastructure technologies like compute, storage, and databases, to emerging technologies such as machine learning and artificial intelligence, data lakes and analytics, and Internet of Things. Building on AWS means you can choose the right tool for the job. For example, AWS offers the widest variety of databases that are purpose-built for different types of applications. With AWS, you can leverage the latest technologies to experiment and innovate more quickly. We are continually accelerating our pace of innovation to invent entirely new technologies you can use to transform your business. Like pioneering the serverless computing space with the launch of AWS Lambda, which lets developers run their code without provisioning or managing servers. And AWS built Amazon SageMaker, a fully managed machine learning service that empowers everyday developers and scientists to use machine learning without any previous experience. We are constantly expanding our global network of AWS regions, so you can access AWS services to build and run your applications from anywhere in the world. Each of these regions has multiple availability zones that are physically separated from each other and connected by low latency, high throughput, and highly redundant networking. This makes it easy to design and operate applications that are scalable, fault-tolerant, and highly available. Our infrastructure is built to satisfy the security standards of the most risk-sensitive organizations. You also have access to the AWS Partner Network, which has thousands of systems integrators who specialize in AWS services, and tens of thousands of independent software vendors who adapt their technology to work on AWS. With the largest community of customers across every industry, AWS has unmatched experience and operational expertise you can depend upon for your most important applications in every imaginable use case. Cloud computing is the on-demand delivery of IT resources via the internet, with pay-as-you-go pricing. Instead of buying, owning, and maintaining physical data centers and servers, you can access technology services such as computing power, storage, and databases on an as-needed basis from a cloud provider like Amazon Web Services. Organizations of every type, size, and industry are using the cloud for a wide variety of use cases, such as data backup, disaster recovery, email, virtual desktops, software development and testing, big data analytics, and customer-facing web applications. For example, healthcare companies are using the cloud to develop more personalized treatments for patients. Financial services companies are using the cloud to power real-time fraud detection and prevention. And video game makers are using the cloud to deliver online games to millions of players around the world. With cloud computing, your business can become more agile, reduce costs, instantly scale, and deploy globally in minutes. Cloud computing gives you instant access to a broad range of technologies so you can innovate faster and build nearly anything you can imagine. From infrastructure services such as compute, storage, and databases, to Internet of Things, machine learning, data analytics, and much more. You can deploy technology services in a matter of minutes and get from idea to implementation several orders of magnitude faster than before. This gives you the freedom to experiment and test new ideas to differentiate customer experiences and transform your business, such as adding machine learning and intelligence to your applications in order to personalize experiences for your customers and improve their engagement. You don't need to make large upfront investments in hardware and overpay for capacity you don't use. Instead, you can trade capital expense for variable expense and only pay for IT as you consume it. With cloud computing, you access resources from the cloud in real time, as they're needed. You can scale these resources up and down to grow or shrink capacity instantly as your business needs change. Cloud computing also makes it easy to expand to new regions and deploy globally in minutes. For example, Amazon Web Services has infrastructure all over the world, so you're able to deploy your application in multiple physical locations in just a few clicks. Putting applications in closer proximity to end users reduces latency and improves their experience. No matter your location, size, or industry, the cloud frees you from managing infrastructure and data centers, so you can focus on what matters most to your business.
चलती हुई हवा को हम क्या बोलते हैं?
Teaching is a rewarding experience.
What causes the mood?
There's a lot of pressure.
Although I wish I had a lot more one-on-one time with each of my students. And now, with the assistance of AI, I can give my students the personalized attention they deserve.
Thank you, ma'am.
And get to be a part of each of their learning journeys.
ये रोटेट करती रहती है तो जिन-जिन जगह
And see their curious faces light up.
It is possible.
Just imagine what's possible with AI on AWS.
The world is about to change. Are you ready for what lies ahead? Because we are going full throttle into a new digital norm, where it becomes the pulse of all future businesses, the lifeline of every economy, brains of cities, and heartbeat of enterprises. This pulse will unlock new modes and empower new ideas and innovation. Our heritage has already kept us ahead of what's next. Even when the world paused, we never stopped. We never gave up. We went fast forward, ahead into the future, and became the digital metamorphosis that went beyond borders. The pulse of digital economy will elevate. The pulse of new business will accelerate. The pulse of new industry models will ascend. Together, we will co-create the new world. Because we are the pulse of digitalization.
UBX is actually, from day one, open finance was a priority. For us, it's all about financial inclusion and banking the unbanked.
Our first job was to set up a series of services that could be availed of by most, if not all, Filipinos to get them into the financial inclusion space, specifically in the digital financial inclusion space. Being in the digital space requires some type of engineering in terms of getting people to trust a process that is not physical. In the time of COVID, we were sort of, as a country, forced into that situation where we needed to engage in the digital space, and most Filipinos, I think, have adapted quite well to that space. The other thing, of course, is for the long term, making sure that the back-end technologies of all of our services would be interoperable and would be able to translate to moving the customer from one service to the other when it was time to do so.
The challenges are really, well, one of them is trust. I mean, why do people trust that your financial products are the right ones? A lot of people do eKYC and AML. A lot of people claim to do it, but the reality is it's a lot more complicated than most people think. You can't simply take a selfie with an ID and say there's eKYC done. So one of the reasons we went with Alibaba was A, the fact that they already had a lot of international standards, But the other thing is that the use of AI was quite significant for us. We did a lot of tests of a lot of products, and the tests we did, Alibaba performed very, very well, and the accuracy was satisfactory for us.
From an internal perspective, it removed a lot of the friction caused by a lot of the manual processes and the manual verifications that had to be done. And in the end, that's really the first step. Most people, if they find it hard or if there's too much friction just getting into a service, there's a good chance you lose that client or that customer. And it's important that that be covered from the start.
The fact that Alibaba is able to scale, is able to get international recognition, which is really, really important for us, and the fact that the products are continuing to grow. That's one of the reasons why we decided to go with you guys. You know, machine learning, if you've only got an audience of 20,000, doesn't mean a lot. When you've got an audience of billions, it makes a huge difference. And fintech in China is significantly advanced, so that certainly was one of the benefits for us.
At the stage we're in, we're already serving millions of clients. But of course, the Philippines is a huge market, and we're in it for the long term. So you're looking at a market of maybe 50, 60, 70 million people. So scale is very important to us. The name of the game is integration in the future. And being able to integrate one service to the other, regardless of whether it's a UBX service or not. That's the core of open finance, to put the customer in the center of all transactions. And so that ability to integrate with others and to be able to scale is definitely one of the things that we're looking at to future-proof this relationship. In the end, UBX is looking for a partner that will grow as we grow and to give our clients the best customer experience. And I think Alibaba Cloud is that partner.
Education is changing fast, and online learning is taking center stage. Assessments at home are now a reality, thanks to robust proctoring solutions. But security concerns persist and are only part of the challenges faced today. Localization for various needs, a seamless user journey, data privacy compliance, and more. That's why flexibility is key in finding the right proctoring solution. Constructor Proctor stands out as a next-generation AI-powered proctoring solution. For every institution and organization, customizable parameters. For each type of assessment, a proctoring mode. For each LMS or customized testing platform, seamless integration. You deliver the assessments, you set the rules, we provide the advanced technology. Discover Constructor Proctor.